Hi guys, I'm Laura and welcome back to Book Bubbler. You may notice I am not in my usual location. That's because I am visiting Dani at Spenelli Speaks. I stayed over last night. We went thrifting yesterday, so you better believe that there will be a book haul coming up soon. I got some really good scores. I'm really excited about it. So here I am in Dani's room. This is also the guest room, so I slept in here yesterday after we got back from thrifting, and I came upstairs here for a little while to charge my phone and just kind of get stuff ready for, you know, taking a shower in the morning, all that stuff. And then I got distracted looking at all of the bookshelves. I think I was up here for like 15 or 20 minutes, just on my own, quietly, just looking at books. But it wasn't without a purpose. So much like when Dani was at my house, she went through my shelves and picked out 3 books that she would like to read. So I've done the same thing. I pulled 3 books off of Dani's shelves that I would really very much like to read at some point in the future. So without further ado, we have Dearest Dorothy, Are We There Yet? This is by Charlene M. Bombeck, I think. This is a series. I hadn't heard of it before Dani talked about it, but it sounds really interesting, set in sort of middle Illinois, and this lady comes back from a hair event, some kind of conference, and she tries to shake up things in the town with her new hair information, and yeah, try to get band leaders to, I don't know, it sounds like delightful, small town, charming kind of a book. There are, I think, 6 in the series, and I'm really excited to try reading these books at some point in future. They just sound like enjoyable, easy, light reads, and I really like that these days. Okay, next up is The Motherhood Affidavits. This is by Laura Jean Baker. This is by one of Dani's former teachers, and I would never have heard of this book if it wasn't for Dani featuring it on her channel. So this one is partially about Laura and how her family life is. She really enjoys being pregnant and raising kids, and her husband is a lawyer, so she talks about not only her feelings and being pregnant, having kids, raising a family, but also cases that her husband has worked on and how that affected both of them. So it sounds like a really interesting combination, and I am excited to try this one at some point. It just sounds really interesting, like heartfelt and sort of maybe darkly funny at the same time. I don't know, it sounds really good. And the last, which cannot be too big of a surprise for you if you know that we are reading London Together by Edward Rutherford. I picked his very first book, Sarum, which is not small, to say the very least. So this, I'm assuming, is set somewhere around Stonehenge. And I'm not entirely sure what amount of time. I mean, it is around Stonehenge. It must just be set then in, is it Wiltshire? I forget the county, I apologize. But set there in Salisbury Plain. Gosh, like 1,000 pages almost. 900 pages. This guy does not know how to write a short book. But this should be really, really interesting. I know maybe a month or 2 into our yearly read along this year, losing the book, we have already been talking about what we're going to read together next year as a buddy read, and we talked about doing another one of Edward Rutherford's books, which sounds really nice because it's been really fun to read together this way, and it'll take us through the whole year very easily. There's enough variety with each chapter and families and moving around and things that it's never boring. But we've talked about doing a series also and not just one single book. So I don't know what we're going to do, but I really am looking forward to, at some point, reading Sarum by Edward Rutherford. Also, I cannot figure out the lighting. She's got like professional lighting and stuff. I'm not a professional. Like, it's all natural light in my house, you know me. So, would you guys read any of these books? Have you read any of these books? What would you borrow from Dani's library? Because she has got a ton here, and I would very happily stay for months if she would let me and just read through everything she's got. So that's it for me this week. I hope you guys are all doing well and staying safe and healthy, and I will talk to you very soon in the next one. Bye.